I never thought the people who were supposed to love me most would make me feel like a stranger at their own celebration. My name is Alina, and for as long as I can remember, I've been the reliable one in my family. The one who showed up, who helped, who gave. When my younger sister, Sophia, got engaged, I was overjoyed. We had always been close, or at least I believed we were. I offered to contribute $45,000 toward the wedding. Not because I had to, but because I wanted her day to be perfect. I wanted to be part of something beautiful. The planning months were magical. Late night calls, dress shopping, venue visits. I was deeply involved, pouring my heart and my savings into making sure Sophia's dream wedding came true. My family thanked me constantly. My mother would hug me and say, "Alina, we don't know what we'd do without you." Those words felt warm at the time. I held on to them. Then the invitations went out. I remember opening the elegant cream envelope, my heart fluttering with excitement. But when I read the details, something felt off. The card said limited guest, not family member, not even VIP, just limited, like I was an acquaintance who might cause problems. I stared at those two words until they blurred. I called my mother immediately. My voice was shaking. "Mom, what does this mean? Why am I listed as a limited guest?" She sighed, like I was overreacting. "Sweetheart, it's just how the new in-laws wanted the seating. They're very particular. Don't make this about you. Don't make this about me." I had given $45,000. I had spent countless hours, and suddenly I was being demoted in my own sister's wedding. The betrayal hit me like a quiet wave. It didn't scream, it just drowned me. That night I sat alone in my apartment, replaying every moment I had supported them. Every holiday I hosted, every time I lent money, every sacrifice I made so they could shine. And now, because of new relatives and old insecurities, I was being pushed to the sidelines. I cried until my chest hurt. But in the silence that followed the tears, something shifted inside me. A small, cold voice whispered, "Enough." The weeks leading up to the wedding were pure emotional torture. Every family group chat was filled with excitement, but I felt invisible. Sophia barely returned my messages. When I asked about the rehearsal dinner, she said, "Oh, it's mostly for the immediate wedding party and close family." I wasn't included. My mother tried to smooth things over with half-hearted excuses. "The venue has strict capacity rules. You understand, right?" But I didn't understand. I had been immediate family my entire life, until money and status entered the picture. Until Sophia's future husband's wealthy parents decided who mattered. I still didn't cancel the check. Part of me hoped they would realize how deeply they had hurt me and fix it. I kept waiting for an apology, for someone to say, "Alina, you deserve better than this." That call never came. Instead, I received a polite but distant text from Sophia 2 days before the wedding. "Looking forward to seeing you there." As if I were just another guest. No mention of my contribution. No acknowledgement of the hours I had given. The pain turned into something heavier. It wasn't just anger, it was grief. The kind that makes you question every memory you thought was real. Had I been used all along? Was my value only in what I could provide? I attended the rehearsal anyway, swallowing my pride. I smiled when people asked about my connection to the bride. "I'm the sister," I'd say softly. Some looked confused. Others gave me pitying glances. I felt small, exposed, broken in a way I had never felt before. That night back in my hotel room, I pulled out the check. $45,000. My hard-earned money. Money I had saved for years, for my own future, my own dreams. I stared at my signature at the bottom dot, and for the first time, I allowed myself to feel the full weight of the betrayal. They hadn't just demoted me at a wedding. They had demoted me in their hearts. I didn't sleep much, but by morning, the tears had dried. A quiet resolve took their place. I wasn't going to scream. I wasn't going to cause a scene. I was simply done. On the morning of the wedding, I did the one thing they never expected. I picked up the phone and called my bank. With a calm, steady voice, I canceled the check. I explained it was no longer needed. The funds were returned to my account within minutes. No drama, no confrontation. Just a quiet decision that changed everything. I still went to the wedding. I sat in the limited guest section, watching my sister walk down the aisle in the beautiful dress we had chosen together. The ceremony was stunning, but I felt strangely at peace. The reception revealed the consequences. When the topic of payments came up, the planner quietly pulled my mother aside. The venue was still expecting the final balance. The flowers, the catering upgrades, the string quartet, all of it had been budgeted with my contribution in mind. Panic set in behind the smiles. I watched from a distance as whispered arguments broke out between my mother and Sophia. The new in-laws looked uncomfortable. The perfect day suddenly had cracks. Sophia found me later, her makeup slightly smudged. "Alina, what happened with the check?" Her voice was small. I looked at her gently. "I was demoted from your sister to a limited guest. So I decided my support would also be limited." She had no answer. I left early that night. No big speech. No public fight. Just quiet dignity. In the weeks that followed, the family tried to reach out. Some were angry. Others were sorry. But the damage had been done. I set new boundaries. I protected my peace, and I began building a life that no longer revolved around proving my worth to people who only valued what I could give. Looking back, I realized the greatest revenge wasn't canceling the check. It was finally choosing myself. If someone reduces your place in their life, you have every right to reduce your place in theirs. Love should never come with a seating chart that tells you how little you matter. I'm still healing, but I'm no longer shattered. I'm free. And sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is quietly walk away with your peace intact. Thank you for listening to my story. If you've ever been demoted by the people you loved most, know that you are not alone, and you are worth so much more than a limited invitation.